As described, I'm Cheryl Elgie from Kerang in Northern Victoria, Australia, and as I said in my post, I am showcasing the Fond of Autumn set. Now there are many and varied ways you can use this set. I've done but a few. I kind of cased this card. I sort of cased that one a little bit. I'll show you the ones I've created. It's taken me a few weeks actually. I've been unwell off and on, so it's taken me a bit, and then I'm finally going to be able to bring it to you tonight. I might just start, and anyone else can catch up or watch the replay. So I'm going to be using this card. I've not created one exactly like this before, but one similar. So it's got, where are we? Got my card stuck to the stamp now. And also with this first card, I'm going to be using the Sending Smiles set, the sentiments out of that one. Sending, and I've cut a few out because I haven't made this one yet. I thought we can decide together what we think we need to put on there, and I have cut several. Let me think. I didn't cut myself an inside by the looks. That's okay. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. And that's going to go there. So first, we decide which ones of those we want to use. It's got sentiments in it, but I just thought I would try and do something a little bit different. Just going to copy my other one. I didn't use the foil for that one. I might just pop over to the Big Boss and cut that out. Just going to make sure I've centered that. Got it fairly straight, so just run that through. I shall be back in a second. Grab my little bin and my dye brush. Actually, sometimes if you throw it down, not a very hard surface. I'll just do it off there and see if I can. Just get those to come out a bit more. Probably should have done this earlier so that I could not be messing around doing this. It's cut, it just doesn't want to, I just don't want to all come out for me. They're all stuck in the dye. Oh, that's all right. That's what I should have done. Throw that on there. Scoop up a few bits. I think they're all out of there. Oh, maybe not quite. And this is just one way of using this dye. But get rid of that. Now what did I do? Did that. I'm not liking the way that's marked. Oh, there we go. We're going to put a sentiment there, so I think it's going to be okay, actually. And I could have probably cut that out of that actually. So you guys at home, that's what you would do if you wanted to save cardstock and gold foil. I just want to see how this looks before I go adhering anything, because that bothers me a bit. So what I've done here is this set here too. That's the paper I've used. I'll look that up in a minute for you. I just wasn't sure what I wanted to use with it. It's hard to know until you've cut it out. So I'll show you. So you can cut out the thin, where is it? It's got this one here, which is a shadow. Let me get it out and show you. So this is the Sending dies. What is the stamp set called? Sending Smiles. So you can cut out this shadow piece, which is this die, right there. And then you can cut out, I have done one like that, you can cut out this thin one to put over the top of that. Or you can stamp that, stamp the sentiment and cut it out with that one. That's what I've done there. This one I've done in gold. I've gold embossed it onto the starry sky. That's what I've done there. So I need opinions. Do we want that one? I'm not going to use because I haven't used any of those colours. So what do we want? Do we want that one? Or do we want that one for a bit of contrast? I did do the birthday wishes. I'm just going to put that there and put that there. Or do we want the gold? Personally, I think too much gold. I think you want a bit of contrast. Do you agree with me? Well, that's the contrast, yep. I'm glad you're all with me. So I'm sorry I went ahead and did that, but it was just to save time. It's just basically, it's just stamped and then die cut. Okay, so grab some, actually I may as well assemble the whole thing, I think. Yeah, just, where's my glue? I had a bit of a tidy up. I didn't do any crafting this afternoon, but I had a bit of a shift around, have some things on my desk and make sure that's the right way, and just a bit of a, so that I hopefully would have more room. Now I don't want that to spill out, because why don't I want it to spill out? Because I don't want multi-purpose glue out on top of the foil, because it makes a mark. I just want that centered in there. And then some dimensionals on here. Gosh, the gold is, that looks strange on there. The gold's really reflecting, isn't it? Oh, it's probably because it was, yeah, it was laying on the white. What's everyone been up to today? It's been a wet, miserable afternoon here. Had to go rescue my sheets off the clothesline just after lunch. Started raining pretty heavily. Looked as though it was going to continue, and of course when I took them off, well, it stopped. But then you would have had to watch the sky because it started again, I don't know, about 4 o'clock I think it was. Anyway, I got them dried off on the clothes horse. Okay. there. And I'm going to position my birthday wishes there. While I stick that down. Oh, maybe I'll do that one first, actually. Wrong dimensionals. Yeah, I might do that first. Just about worn this die out, I think. Used it so much. So if I pop my birthday wishes, put that there. I kind of sort of want to cover that where the gold has got a bit discoloured. Anyway, blind man would be good to see it, wouldn't he? I know what that feels like now. Okay, one more. Have you checked out the weekly deals? Been looking at those all through September. I'm just going to move that. I think I got that one. Of course, I got it in a different spot, haven't I? Anyone? I had a couple of orders for the stamp sale. Oh, now we want. Didn't think about embellishments. I don't know if I've got any of that colour, but that doesn't matter. We can colour them that colour, can't we? Let's grab a Starry Sky pen, because the other one I had gold on there and I was going to put gold, but I can't put gold on gold, can I? Well, I can, but you wouldn't see it. I'm going to use the bullet end because I can't quite get in there. Just want to grab that piece of paper I had. That's scratch paper. What did I do with that? Oh, here it is. I don't want to mess up my grid paper just yet. These have fallen out of something else. These are iridescent rhinestones, so they'll be nice on here, I think. Oops. I don't think I've got a vanilla insert, have I? Let's see. You won't forget something. I've got white ones. Did have some vanilla. I don't know. Oh, this one. That was lucky. Let's make sure it's the right size. And while those embellishments are drying, we'll don't throw them away. We'll do. Just going to get some scratch paper. We'll do this flower. Where did I put that? Ah, here it is. With not that one, the Starry Sky. bit of stamping, not much, because I've got that going that way. Oops, I haven't got that inked up very well. I'm going to pop that up that way. And then I'm going to do the same on the envelope. Just up a little bit higher because we've got to have room to write our address. Clean that in a sec and grab one of my blending brushes and just add a little bit of colour here. Just add a bit of colour to the envelope as well. There we go. I shall add a greeting later. I know who I'm going to send that to. Oops, away. Okay, what have we got to do now? We've got to put that in the middle, in the inside. It's great when you tidy up and then you don't know where anything is, do you? I have to reach a bit further to find my tape runner. Pop that on the inside. Now we need our, where's that? See if I can pick them up with this end. Only on a short bit, so I'll copy off where I put the other ones. Oh, no I won't, because I've got two big ones together here. That's a bit challenging. I'll just do two together there. This one can go over the other side. Oh, come on. I'll put it where that little dent is. Yeah, where's the bit of... There somewhere. Where did you go? I don't know where that went. It's somewhere. Okay, so I did try and incorporate some ribbon but on my other one, but it just wasn't working, so I gave up on trying to put some ribbon somewhere. So now I'll show you the other cards that I've created, which I don't know why I can't just make one card. So this is the one that I thought I did earlier, that I've cased the gold one off, and that's how that looks with the shadow, and that's the die there. One thing to be aware of, it's very easy to lose that little dot off the eye. That's probably one of the reasons why I decided to stamp it instead of doing that, and it's a little bit tricky to grab hold of that. I used the adhesive sheets, and then I find you will find that it sticks in the die itself, so if you leave it in there till you're ready to put your card together, you should be good to go. So I will just explain the rest of this die. So on this one, I've used the True Beauty, is it? Not sure what the paper's called. It goes with the True Beauty. That's where the pink came from. I was just trying to find my book. But I guess you guys can look it up. And I've written what I've done because it's so long ago, well, it's a few weeks ago. So I've watercoloured, I've white embossed, which I wouldn't really recommend. I mean, it looks great, but it was I was really struggling to see where the white bits were. I think it was that one. So I've white embossed and I've watercoloured with soft succulent and mossy meadow for the leaves, soft suede for the acorns, merry mallow for the flowers, pumpkin pie and pale papaya, and I've sponged over the top with balmy blue, which really brought it to life. There's one of those cards that just came together as I worked on it. So let me just find the name of that paper for you, in case you're interested. Not Hues of Happiness, no. It's this one, A Wash-in Beauty. So that's, yeah, it's the one on the back of that nice pattern there. So yeah, and that's one of my favourites. Oh, and I made a mask with the one that I just used, that one. And I tried to add some paste, but I found my mask was just out of cardstock and it was gumming up. I had to then cut another mask, so it wasn't all that successful. So, but I do love that card. But you don't need to make a mask. I mean, we've got other masks. You don't need to make a mask. This one I wanted to particularly show you. So, getting back to the dies. So the ways to use them is those two ways there, where you can, where's that one? Got to get the gold bits out of there yet. Where you can just use that on its own, or you can just use that on its own, like that, to cut something like that out. This one, can you see that, is all in sections. So, there's my stamp set. So what you can do here is you can colour the whole thing. You can use the same colours, or you can use, hang on, what have I done here? Oh, that's probably, let me just clean that. That must be not the same size as the outside one. The one on the you know what I mean, the one on the case must be smaller, I think. I've got bits of blue in there. That looks better. It's a bit stained though. So then that fits over the top of that. So if you can see that, so you can cut out this one. And we've also got, I'm just showing these. We've also got a die that cuts out these flowers. I'll show you those in more detail in a minute. And then this one's embossed, white embossed as well, but that was easier to see. Hang on. Oh, what have I done there? Oh no, I white embossed that onto vellum, and then I've flipped over the vellum and I've coloured it on the back. That wasn't what I was going to show you. These ones were the ones, but you can't really see because of the way I've assembled that on the card. You can't really see. But what I did there was I coloured the whole thing, and then I cut that out. So I had different sections. I had, where is it? Where's that one? Yeah, I had that section, and then I had these ones, which I've turned around. I think it was that one. Anyway, you get the idea, I think. So it's got lots of dies and it's got lots of potential now. Just wanted to explain what I did here. I've used our masks, which these masks, you really want to get these ones They are awesome. I wasn't planning on, if you guys want to come to my next class, you will be making an awesome card using these masks and all of the in colours. That's all I'm going to tell you. So for this, what did I do? I have used, got to remember what I used. Oh yeah, I put that, let's just do it so I can show you. Yeah, my pal papaya. I just love the effect this gives. And then I took my Mary Merlot Stampin' Write marker and I just did lines on there to replicate some of the gingham paper. That's because I didn't particularly care for that paper, not all of it, and I've got loads of designer series paper, so I thought, well, I can make my own paper, a ginghamy sort of a look by using these masks. So I tend to buy masks and then not use them as much as I should. And I just love these ones. Probably my favourite, oops, did I move that? Oh, I don't know, did I? Seemed like it moved. Anyway, this is just a practice one, so it's not going to be for anything in case I mess it up. Put that off and put this one on. Yeah, and line up those. Yeah, I didn't have it. I was just being very rushed, wasn't I? I didn't have those lined up where they should have been. So I get rid of that one. Bring back our pumpkin pie. Getting very nervous about this. Have I done this the wrong way around? No. Just got to go a bit darker. So you can keep adding as much or as little ink as you like. And you wouldn't have to do a whole piece. I just did a whole piece just for the fun of it. And I've got another half a piece I can use for something else if I want to. Let me see what that's looking like. So that's basically the look that we're after. I'll put that. Just don't want to rest them on my cards in case I get. And then you would take your whatever coloured marker. Where are we? Where's my low one? Just then you just kind of randomly do your lines across wherever you want. I might flip that over so I can position that onto smaller lines. So then I can line that up there so it's straight. Well, I think that's straight, is it? Yep, it is now. And then just wherever you want, you can just do your lines across like that and come down here. Oops, I moved it. Come down here and do them. My ruler got stuck. Do them here as well. Now it's moving on me. I'm not going to do the whole lot. I'm rushing and I'm mucking it up. So that's how I got this piece, and that's obviously gold embossed, and then it's watercoloured. Had a bit of a thing on the watercolouring by the looks, didn't I? Now, where's the envelope for that? I can find that later. So that's that one. And this one I've used the haven't written it down. The autumn folder out of this catalogue. So if you can see that, is that showing okay on there? That very hard to see in the catalogue. Let me see if I can. Don't know if you can see that. Can you? Oh yeah, it shows better on there, I think, without that. Yeah, it's kind of got leaves going through the middle. So if you like that one, that's in the mini catalogue. Oh, put that away later too. So that one was out of, not sure what that one was out of. So then there was this one. This is on crumb cake. So I've embossed in copper by the looks and some white there. Then I've used some white ink to colour in these white bits. And then just, what have I used there? Probably haven't written down. Yeah, I have. Oh, I've used my pencils, that's right. You know, I did something different on there. I've used my pencils and I've used Garden Green and Early Espresso. Okay, that's just for a bit of a different look. And I showed you that one. That's just half, like the ribbon cut in half down. I don't have any ribbon here to show you. Down the centre, like, so this is the other half of it, if that makes sense, like we did on our Christmas one, girls. So that's the in colour one, the pale papaya, and I've cut in half down the middle, and I've got a big bow there. Just gives a different sort of a look. And that's the Pretty Prince paper, I believe that's called. And as I said, I turned it over and I coloured that on the back with my blends. And this one is that die again that we just used before. I've used that twice. That sentiment was from a different stamp set, I can't recall. I've used Malin Mambo to colour in and Granny Apple Green to colour in the flowers. I was going to do them all pink, and then I went ahead and did all the centres, and I thought, oh, you know what? The white looks really nice too. So I could have probably left them all and just did white if I wanted to. You can do whatever you like. So that was kind of cased from the catalogue, not quite, but those look a bit wishy-washy, like they're watercoloured. I just changed it up a little bit. So I think that was my lot. That's that one there. Oh, that'll be that one there. That'll be the envelope for that one. So thanks, guys. It is good to be back, and thanks everyone for joining me.